welcome to tonight's season opener between the visiting Bainbridge Highland Spartans and the Cougars of Central Kitsap. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and join the award-winning Cougar Band in our national anthem. Starting on offense for the Spartans at quarterback, number 2, Connor Tenney. Also at quarterback, number 3, Kyle Jackson. At wide receiver, number 12, Jeremy Greer. At running back, number 24, Taylor Wilson. At running back, number 25, Sam Weissong. Offensive line, number 52, Jackson Larkin. Offensive line, number 54, Jared Trim. Offensive line, number 65, Cole Pugliano. Offensive line, number 66, Mitchell Skull. Offensive line, number 72, Ryan Comstock. And at tight end, number 93, Max Thomas. The head coach for the Spartans, Andy Grimm. And now the starters on defense for the Cougars. Starting on defensive back, number 10, Andrew Schwederman. Defensive back, number 12, Hudson Keffer. Defensive back, number 22, Sean Bearfield. At linebacker, number 34, Andrew Kane. Defensive back, number 35, Vaughn Beebe. Linebacker, number 37, Eric Ledesma. Defensive line, number 52, Nia Faida. Defensive line, number 55, Connor Carlson. Defensive line, number 64, Brady Walter. Linebacker, number 83, Channing Martin. And defensive line, number 86, Brian Endu. Officiating tonight's game, referee Steve Green, umpire Tracy Hillman, linesman Jerry DiGiovanni, line judge and St. Paul's back judge Mike Williams, and the alternate Jason Terry.
Well, believe it or not, it's high school football. Once again, 2013 September school is underway, and we are happy to be bringing you the KitsapSun.com live football game of the week. And we are at Silverdale Stadium for what should be a good one as the Central Kitsap Cougars host the Bainbridge Island Spartans. I'm the doctor, Doc Parr, Kitty Campagna from West Sound TV, and Spencer Anderson on the camera for you, bringing it live to you over the Kitsap Sun, thanks in part to Peninsula Subaru. Kitty, this should be a good matchup. 4A Central Kitsap from the Narrows League versus 3A Bainbridge from the Metro League.
Well, Doc, last year it wasn't real close, and so we're going to not mention the score, although I do believe that might have some of the revenge factor for this Bainbridge team to come back. And what a gorgeous night for football. If you were out last night, you shouldn't have been, because it was crazy out there. But these guys, everywhere I went, it was 69, 70, somewhere in there. And a beautiful fall evening to start out 2013 high school football.
And Bainbridge Island will start out on the offense at the 20-yard line. Very nice kickoff into the end zone by CK. And we'll see how these new versions of these teams look. Both teams had a lot of rebuilding to do.
Yeah, a lot of seniors that went away. And the beauty of high school football is how these coaches come in and just reinvent their program every year.
Yeah, the reinvention didn't quite work on that run there, Kitty. Met at the line of scrimmage, and maybe, they'll give him maybe a slight forward progress. Not much.
Well, here is what was one of the beautiful things for Central Kitsap last year as they went 8-2. It was their defense.
Yep.
It seems to have reappeared magically, and not really magically. It's because these guys work on it all summer. They're just always trying to improve.
2nd down and 8 for the Bainbridge Spartans. And again, another handoff off to that left side. This time, some running room for...
Okay, we're already in trouble.
Yeah,
that's
number 20.
A 20, and I'm
probably
going,
Garrett Johnson.
I think you are correct.
And number 2, the quarterback out there for Coach Andy Grimm, and the Spartans is Connor Teddy. Coach Grimm, 15 years. Coach Keel, 14 years. So they're both becoming deans of coaches here in Kitsap County.
Oh, just stalwarts with their programs. And we've seen some great growth with both of them.
Well, 1st down for the Spartans. They move the ball out to about the 33-yard line. Put a man in motion, and that's who gets the ball. Oh, he runs into his own what should have been a blocking back.
Well, he blocked him backwards,
That's
didn't
right.
he? That was Kyle Jackson going down.
Well, Central Kitsap coming in at 8-2, which gave them 2nd place in the Narrows League. A tough league with Bellarmine Prep up at the top.
They played such a good season and ended up losing to Roosevelt here at Silverdale Stadium in a very close contest.
2nd down now and about 13 to get that 1st down for the Spartans. And again, a little bit of hesitation on that handoff, and that gives the CK defense a chance to get in and drop them for another loss.
Doc, they're just, it reminds me of the old Clahalia offense where they would be so close together. They're kind of running into each other right now.
3rd down and a ways to go. They've got to get it out to the 43-yard line.
Would a ways be the official number?
Maybe.
Or
Let's say 16.
That sounds good.
3rd down and long now for Connor Teddy. Across the middle, nice reception there on a pretty short but well-timed pass. That one went to Kyle Jackson, but that's only going to get them back to the original line of scrimmage, so they will have to end their first offensive series with a boot.
Well, they did get a 1st down out of it, but you could see that CK was not willing to do that again. Really nice defense on that. Slight blitz. Gave up the screen, but we're right on top of it.
And the Spartans get going 90 degrees out of bounds. That'll give Central pretty good starting position there. I think they'll place it at about the Central 41 or 42 yard line.
That's one of those where you kind of want to bring in one of those kids who've won the punt, pass, and kick contest. But it's a whole different atmosphere when you got bodies coming at you.
First down at the 46.
Doctor,
Oh, they're going to place it at the 46. Okay, that gives Central Kitsap real good starting position.
Our officials for today, we have referee Steve Green, umpire Tracy Hillman, linesman Jerry DiGiovanni, line judge Glenn Samples, back judge Michael Williams, and in case someone has a problem, we have an alternate, Jason Terry.
Well, here we go. The first series in 2013 for the Central Kitsap Cougars. And after that running back coming in front of the quarterback, he's going to get himself some yardage on that one.
35 with the carry is Vaughn Beebe, a junior.
And QB out there, Andrew Schwederman.
And those of you who listened last year might remember Andrew's name as receiver. And this year he has been converted to quarterback, so it's going to be a little tough to pass to himself.
Back with one running back behind him now. Triples out to the far side, and that's where he's going.
That
right
was pretty.
Across the middle. Very nice to the 40-yard line and beyond into the end zone for the first 6 points of the season. Going to Central Kitsap Cougars.
And that was Brian Andrews. If you read the Kitsap Sun profile on football, there was a huge part about Brian, who is just making his way as a tight end. Good sized young man, and right in the seam, took the ball, knew what to do with it once he got it.
And those of you that have listened to us before know I love the tight end position.
I'm right there too, Doc.
All right, at the 8:29 mark, CK puts the first points on the scoreboard, and they'll make it 7.
And the kick is good.
And that's always a positive at the beginning of the school year, to also have your kicker putting it right through the uprights.
Well, a good series. Central Kitsap had a short field, and they took advantage of it.
They did. First they showed them the run, and once they saw what they had, they said, we'll try a pass. You're not always going to be that successful, but certainly it's fun when those first few plays that you've scripted work.
Well, Bainbridge didn't have quite as successful a season record last year, but they did make it into the postseason by virtue probably of the fact that there were 4 teams from the Metro that made it into post in their division, and there were only 5 teams total.
Well, as they say, they still have the Eastside Catholic and the O'Day to play, so they have to make the best of those other teams that they're kind of in that category themselves. So it's a tough road. And this is Hudson Keffer with the kickoff.
And another nice boot right down the middle of the field, in and out of the end zone once again. Bainbridge starting at the 20-yard line. And you know, that kind of kickoffs can be a weapon.
Oh, it's huge. And in high school, if it does go into the end zone, there is no option of running it out. So once you've got it that far, these guys are not going to take it out on you.
Hudson is a 6'2", 200-pound junior.
He has a leg to
He
go
sure
with that,
does.
doesn't he?
Hale Bainbridge starts out at the 20-yard line. Uh-oh, the first yellow hanky of the season.
8:29 into the first game.
And it's going to be motion.
They
False start there.
have the Seahawks beat, though. I think their first penalty was 32 seconds into the first preseason game this year.
Well, that'll move Bainbridge back 5. First down and 15 now coming up for the Spartans in the white and blue. Of course, the Central Kitsap Cougars in the home black and orange. A little switch on the D there. And again, the same lineup that Bainbridge has used with the two backs. Oh, that was almost a takeaway for the Cougars there. And again, that little bit of clogged up there. The quarterback kind of ran into one of those two backs back behind him there. That kind of just throws the whole rhythm of a play off.
Doesn't it? Yeah, when you start running into your teammates, it really does.
Second down for the Spartans. Hand after that.
Oh boy.
Yep. I think the Cougars figured that one out.
There were more of them in that backfield than there were Spartans
Yeah,
by
there
far.
sure were. And I don't know if that was a broken play. I mean, it was broken for Bainbridge as a result, but it looked like the quarterback was trying to do a handoff.
Yeah, it might have been. He might have thought first man through, and they thought second man through. So these are the things you're working out. This is a preseason type of game, not league for either of them.
Third down and 21 to go for the Spartans. And again, that handoff, this time it was that
First man
back.
through,
Yep,
huh?
the first man through, and he'll pick up a few, but nowhere near enough. Bringing up fourth down and a long ways to go. No, excuse me, third down.
No, it should be fourth. You are correct. It just hasn't switched on the
There
board.
we go. It's fourth.
Either that or we're having a quick kick and they're giving it away.
Uh-oh. Not the best, and it is the quarterback, Connor Teddy there, who is punting, and talk about good starting position. The Cougars are the recipients of two fairly weak punts.
Exactly. And special teams are so huge at every single level. Nothing wrong with what Connor did, but you can just see even when he turns to the side that it's not going to get the depth in the field.
36-yard line of the Spartans is going to be where Central Kitsap will start out. Man goes in motion, handoff to the running back. Number 36 is making some nice moves out there. That would be Jalen Feliciano.
Now, we hear that was Von Beebe, so that might have been 35. These numbers are not as obvious as I thought they were originally.
Yeah, you're probably correct since he's the junior. That was a pretty nice run, though. First down and moving the ball down to the 25-yard line. We have our first timeout at the 6:47 mark here in number 1. And Coach Mark Keall calls it. Brings his guys over. It's been great over these years working with Coach Keall. He's just a very nice man. Great, really, I think an excellent coach.
Well, he's done some good stuff with these kids. We were talking, my daughter and I, and during the time she was at CK was not a very happy time as far as football went in a few of those. But you've seen over the years he is really developing his program. The kids are coming in. They want to be there. They're doing a nice job of giving them several opportunities to play at different positions, finding their best athletes, knowing what to do with them. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and of course the Central Kitsap fans know Coach Keall has that ring.
That's true. Yeah.
I believe it was the New England Patriots.
Bling can have its...
And our buddy
Positives.
Brent Woolard has his rookie card.
He does, which is worth about $3.50, but more than that, priceless.
Priceless, that's correct. And there's a handoff. This time the Bainbridge D does a nice job of stopping them in the backfield.
And that's Garrett Johnson bringing him down, number 20.
Taylor Wilson in on the stop for the Spartans. A loss for the Cougars. Second down at the Spartan 29.
Man, they'll lose about 3 yards on that. Move it back to the 29-yard line. And Schwieterman with a rollout. He's got that open receiver. Drops it right in the position. And nice job.
The pass is complete to Taylor Sody.
And that one was to Taylor Sody. So we have two totally different receivers bringing that ball in, both listed as tight ends.
6:02 here in the first quarter, and another TD for Central Kitsap. I really like the fact that they're taking advantage of those good starting positions, making stuff happen.
You do have to take advantage of those things when there's turnovers or just some special thing your special teams have done.
Snap was a little high, but a real nice job that time by the holder for Central Kitsap, pulling it down. I believe that was Riley Pascal.
CK coaches liking this. Now, if you're noticing out there that Bainbridge bench is a little bit depleted. To begin with, they didn't have a ton of guys. They're front of a page. And when I went over to get some pronunciations, I saw about another 10 crossed out. So that kind of hurts you right there. And then when you go to Central Kitsap, you have fronts and backs, and they just have a whole group of guys here on the sidelines.
Well, and again, you got to remember Central Kitsap is a 4A size school, largest size schools in the state of Washington. Bainbridge has been 3A, but I heard some rumors that their numbers, I believe it's
might be 2A.
Yeah, might move them down to 2A, which those of us who love the Olympic League would love to see an invitation to a 2A Bainbridge school.
That would be interesting, yes, to see whether they would do that. They've become very involved in Seattle.
Oh, they almost had a chance for a pick up and run back, but they elect not to. So once again, Bainbridge with 80 yards to go, starting at their 20-yard line.
What a dangerous play on his duck. Had that hit him,
Yep.
well, it was live anyway on a kick, but lucky for him, it went directly into the end zone.
Yes. And that probably was a good idea, actually.
Yeah, I don't think you want to catch it.
I don't think he was going to get the 15 yards to get it out to the 20. First down for Bainbridge. And same formation they've been using, two running backs behind the quarterback, and it's that first runner.
It's Garrett Johnson again.
Taylor Wilson on the carry.
Okay, now I've been calling it wrong. I'm going to go with that was Taylor Wilson, and I've been calling him wrong.
PA announcer Paul Stenson, always doing a great job. We'll take his word for it.
Well, we get these. I got these personally from the coaches, but you know how that can change game day.
Second down, and that was a nice pickup, about 5.5, 6 yards on that for the Spartans.
Teddy keeps it.
Yep, keeping it and completes it. Again, it's that mysterious number 20.
Yep, we're going for Taylor Wilson.
Okay,
He's consistently
Taylor,
calling him.
you get it. You're the senior. Well, I guess so was Garrett, but... And that moves Bainbridge out to the 40-yard line, 41 almost, and a first down. 5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, I don't know what formation or what offense they are running exactly.
Well, they're running the same play, and this time Central picks it up, and they're going to lose a yard or so on that one. Yeah, they'll move it to the 40, so a loss of about a yard.
Nice job of the defenders staying at home as they tried to spread it out to the outside.
Second down and 11 for the Spartans.
Connor Teddy is a senior. Ooh, looked like there's a blitz coming. And again, all the running plays have pretty much been over to that left side of the offense.
Maybe that's their, I haven't looked at the size of their offensive linemen. They're not real big. They, Coach Grimm says they work together very well as a group, that they've become very successful.
Third down now, and it's about 6 yards to go for a first. Ball is placed at the 45-yard line of Bainbridge. And Teddy's going to keep it, pulls it down, puts his head down, and gets into CK territory for a first down.
That is the first foray into CK territory for this Bainbridge team. Nice play action, pretended that he was going to hand it off, and then when the pass didn't come, he took it himself.
You know, he did a good job, too, putting his head down and getting that extra yard or two he needed. He needed to get to about the 49, and it's at the 48. First down for Bainbridge.
Kyle Jackson in motion, and he gets the ball.
But he's stuffed up at the line of scrimmage. And number 55 and 37 getting up off the bottom of that pile. Eric Ledesma and Connor Carlson.
Names that we had circled. Yep. These are people to look for. Now, I had Ledesma circled more in that he was a running back we were supposed to be looking for tonight, but he's been tough on defense so far.
Kind of an interesting defensive setup there for Central. Uh-oh, there's the yellow flag. Not much of a gain for anybody. Yeah, we'll see what the call is.
Kind of in the area where you expect offensive holding. And the man in the orange shirt down here is pointing that way.
Yeah, that's what Steve Green says. It's not official until Steve Green
The guy in the white hat.
says it.
We
That's
got to
right.
go with that.
The man in the white hat. So that's kind of an interesting choice. You could take the play of no yardage, or you could actually maybe a loss, or you could move them back, but they'd get the down over.
And it seems as if they're going to move him back.
10 yards, it's probably worth it.
Field position is key in this game.
So that's going to bring up a second down, but Bainbridge now back in their own territory at the 40-yard line. They've got to get up beyond, inside of Central Kitsap's 40. And here again we see that tight formation in the backfield. Two backs behind the quarterback who's under center. And number 20's, he still didn't get the knee down. Keep going until you hear that whistle.
That's when the coaches see this again, they'll have a conversation with the first tackler.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to get dropped by that first guy, but if the knee doesn't go down, keep going.
That's exactly it. Keep those legs moving.
Third down now for Bainbridge. They got a little bit of the yardage back. They've still got about 14 yards to go for the first down.
2:15 here remaining in the first quarter. Central Kitsap with a 14-0 lead.
Oh, straight drop back and in on the QB. Nice job by the defense there for Central Kitsap.
Yeah, that is not one that you can blame on your receivers or the secondary or any of those. It was credit to the pressure.
That was Ledesma again.
There you are.
So it brings up a 4th and 14 at the 2-minute mark here at number 1, and it looks like the Spartans are going to have to kick it away.
CK with one man deep and one a little bit shorter. They've kind of seen the variety of punts so far.
And that one's not too bad. It'll go out of bounds. We'll have to see where they say it went out.
Yeah, it had a nice trajectory in that it was going to get some more distance, but it was the angle again that was the problem.
Yep.
Oh, they keep moving it up, Doc.
I was going to say, it looked like, well, they're going to put it on the 30. Central Kitsap 30.
Which is
That's not bad, considering the first
correct.
2 punts.
Yes. That's the worst field position that CK's had all evening. So in the battle of field position so far on that set of plays, they did well.
Oh, keeper by Schwederman. He's got some running room. He's at the 40.
He has
45,
juked.
50. He's into Bainbridge territory. I don't know if anybody's going to catch him. One guy, and he could not make it. Woo, Schwederman with the 80-yarder there.
Wow. That first juke just sent his man one way and he went the other. Excellent play call. Everybody else was off to the other side. None of the defense, none of the offense. He didn't need blockers. Let me just run.
Andrew's got some speed.
Yeah.
Three scores so far here in quarter number 1 for the Central Kitsap Cougars. Through the uprights, make it 21-0 in favor of CK.
Well, and if you're a Bainbridge fan, you're probably going, why do we schedule these guys every year? One of the reasons is you want to find out where your program is. You want to have a concept. You always want your guys to play some tough games early on so that they can improve from that. And the other thing is just it's very cool that they're playing Central Kitsap and Bainbridge. You know, these are neighbors.
And I believe that here in high school football, it's 2 preseason games.
Okay.
And for the next game that Bainbridge will be playing, they'll be hosting the Kingston Buccaneers.
Correct.
At their place. And next week we'll have South Kitsap taking on what is usually a pretty strong Newport team.
Well, and South came out, I think the score was 42-zip in last night when they won, and playing in the lightning and the rain and the crazies. So what an exciting start to their season. Hudson Keffer with the kickoff again.
.145 left to go in quarter number 1.
Ooh.
That one short and caught at about the 13-yard line. First run back, but there is a yellow hanky out there.
Yeah, I don't know if he saw maybe a face mask or illegal block in the back.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Must be why we look at the guy in the white hat.
Ooh, chop block.
Yep, block below the knees.
Against Bainbridge. That's not good for the Bainbridge cause. Minute 39 left to go here in number 1, and they'll discuss it and figure out the back.
Illegal blocking by the Spartans.
Yeah, that's going to move them back to, it looks like they're going to place it on their own, they're keeping moving, their own 14-yard line.
Well, at least the good news on this is it is just 1st and 10.
Take over, first down at the 14.
And they've shown some movement lately. They've been able to get a couple yards out there.
Man, I don't know if Teddy wanted to keep it or not. He did.
Teddy.
And I think CK knew that was going to happen.
Eric Ledesma leading the Cougar tacklers.
Man, once again, Ledesma in on the tackle.
Well, the CK team takes great pride in their defense. And you always hear that it's a defense that's so important to teams, and it is.
And I think, too, maybe at the beginning, especially of the season, defense might have a little advantage over offense, especially at this level.
Yeah, they haven't been practicing that long at all.
Yeah, it's a pass out to the flat. They're going to get a little bit on that one. They get maybe a yard. And once again, it's Wilson.
Andrew Kane covering for the Cougars in on the stop.
So it's already 3rd and 9.
Yep.
3rd down and 10 for the Spartans.
42 seconds left to go here. Bainbridge has got to get it out to about their 25-yard line. Man put in motion. Oh, no chance for Connor Teddy to do anything. There's a whole lot of black and orange in there.
Yeah, that's like Halloween tackling you. It's just amazing.
That's probably what he felt like, a Halloween horror story.
Yes, I believe so.
Sees those guys coming in on him. And once again, I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be a handoff or not, but the quarterback and running back ran into each other.
Yeah, and those are things that will work out as the year goes on, but...
So Bainbridge will have to punt away from their own end zone, and again, it's going to go out and give Central Kitsap great starting position. They're going to mark it at the 37-yard line of Bainbridge, and that's the end of number 1 here at Silverdale Stadium as the Central Kitsap Cougars lead 21-0. Welcome back to Silverdale Stadium for quarter number 2 as the Central Kitsap Cougars host the Bainbridge Island Spartans. And it's live on the internet thanks to the kitsapsun.com/football and their sponsorship of Peninsula Subaru. And the Central Kitsap fans who are packed the stadium down below us are having a good night so far, Kitty, as CK leads 21-0.
Well, it all started just right when you came here, and it was a beautiful evening. You look right now, there's pink skies, just absolutely gorgeous, warm, and of course the Central Kitsap fans having a little bit more fun in that their team leads 21-0. But who couldn't enjoy an evening like tonight?
Pretty solid job, too, by CK for the first game of the season on both the offense and the defense, but especially that defensive effort so far by the Cougars.
They have just stymied this Bainbridge offense so far. And I've liked on offense on CK where they've done a little bit of everything.
And Schwederman going for the long one, and he's got it. His receiver pulling that one in.
Yeah, I'm thinking had that been just to lead him a little bit longer, that would have been another TD. But that was Taylor Sody with this another catch.
So CK is doing it in the air. They're doing it on the ground.
Yeah, the last time they scored, Schwederman had that huge run.
Yep.
So I don't think he's actually real sad about not being a receiver right now. He's having a huge part in this team's success.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of pretty good, fairly long passes for a
Yes.
high school player.
Well, his brother was a talented quarterback for this team.
CK down at the 15-yard line of Bainbridge, first down. Oh, and he's going to keep it. Schwederman puts his head down, goes over that left
Oh, he's still
guard, and
going.
he's still up on his feet, works it down close to the 5-yard line.
Jarrett Grimm thought he had him down, and then wrong.
Looks like they'll be about a yard short. They're going to place it on the 7, it looks like. Yeah, we've got timeout. Bainbridge. Right at the beginning here, 1 minute and 4 seconds into the second quarter. And Coach Grimm wants to get his defense shored up a little bit.
No, not a bad idea. So far, CK's been able to run just about anything. They punted once, didn't they? I'm thinking maybe not.
I don't think so.
Maybe not. Okay. But they've just pretty much been able to run or pass at will right now. And part of that is that when you're looking at sizes on these guys, this Bainbridge team just isn't as big. And CK thinks of themselves as tiny, which they are when they go up against some of the Olympias and Bellarmine preps. But CK does have the speed factor.
Second down and about a yard or two to go for a first, about 7 to go for another touchdown. This time it's a handoff to the back. That was a nice move, and they're going to say one over on this side's got his arms up. Touchdown for the Central Kitsap Cougars.
On the carry for the Cougars,
Jordan Batista on the carry.
Well,
And
yeah, there's a discussion out there with the men in stripes, and it was interesting because one of the line judges on this side put his hands up, but the other one was standing just outside that touchdown, and it looks like that's what they're going to say. No TD. Ball will be first and goal to go at about the 1 foot line.
the 12-inch line.
Schwederman talking to the running back behind him. And that's who gets it, and that's who's in this time, standing up.
And that is Jordan Batista. I like it. He thought he had a touchdown. Let's go ahead and hand it to him again and see if he can get it.
Gave it back to him, and that time he found a wide open walk into the end zone for the 6.
Jordan, let me see, number 42 is a senior, 5'5", 175, so he's a pretty compact runner.
Yeah, PAT is good. 28-0 here for the Central Kitsap Cougars, and it's only the 10:42 mark in the second quarter.
Good news for CK is they should have a chance to try some guys at a variety of places. This is exactly what you're hoping for, kind of like where Peyton Manning ends his half at a quarter and a half, and away you go.
Oh yeah, you see that on the pro game during preseason all the time. The first game, the first team quarterback gets about maybe half a quarter out there, and then maybe a quarter and a half, and by that fourth season game, they're out there for at least a half.
Yeah. Well, I still laugh at the Seahawks-Denver game where Seahawks handled Denver quite handily.
Peyton
And
was not a happy camper.
Peyton did not take off his helmet ever
He
at the
wanted
very
back
end of
in.
the game. I think he was trying to convince his coach. He's like, put me in, coach. I can do this. I can bring us back. And if you watched him play last night, you should believe.
Yep. Some good teams in the West.
Oh, it's fun.
CK's kickoff down to about the 50 or 11-yard line. Picked up by Bainbridge. And brought out to, it looks like about the 26, 27. And that would be, once again, Taylor Wilson, number 20.
He has been one busy guy this evening.
Sure has been.
First down for the Spartans.
So the Spartans will start out at their own. They finally end up placing it at the 27, 28.
Some of the better field position that they've had.
Again, that wing formation for the offense. Straight fall, but drop back. Oh, that ball was almost picked off, but there was a yellow hanky before it began, or very close to the beginning of the play. We'll see.
I think that was Vaughn Beebe who, had he had a little stickum on that hand, he'd have an interception on his.
Well, waiting for our Steves. Ooh, against Central Kitsap.
I think that's probably an illegal substitute.
I believe so. They sent one of the CK players off, or too many men on the field.
That could be.
We don't have the referee Mike tonight, so we're working off the hand signals. But it will go against Central Kitsap, and it'll move Bainbridge a ways up. In fact, they'll get a first down out of it. They're going to place the ball at the 43-yard line of Bainbridge. First down.
First down for the Spartans at the Spartan 43.
That's one way to get a first down.
Yes. Oh, nowhere to go for Wilson on that one, as he is met by, I believe it's Connor Carlson.
Connor Carlson leading the Cougar tackle.
Yep, definitely.
And that'll be, well, they'll put it back up right about the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10.
Again, CK in that backfield immediately.
As I said, it's kind of an interesting defensive setup for Central Kitsap. They've got 4 down linemen, and then the kind of a roving between the linebackers and the backfield players.
Yeah, it might be, it's your choice. You can move forward, you know, this is where you're going to come from.
Second down for Bainbridge. Straight drop back this time, and Connor has to pull it in, but he's going to get some yardage. He's in the CK territory down to the 40-yard line. So that time a smart move by Connor. He saw that defender right in his face. He knew there was going to be no room for a pass.
Well, and everyone had their receivers covered so nicely that it opened up the field for that run for Teddy.
So Bainbridge moves it once again into Central Kitsap territory. The ball is going to be placed at the 38-yard line of CK. 9.5 left to go in the first half.
Connor's a pretty big body out there at 6'3", 195.
Two split receivers for Bainbridge. And there again, there's that, can't tell if it's a handoff, a fake, or what, but they got hung up once again.
And it might be an attempt at a play action where he's supposed to fake the handoff, but that's got to be moving a whole lot quicker if you're going to get the pass in.
And you just got to have a little more space between your running back and your quarterback.
That too.
I mean, they've been running into each other.
And like I said, these guys really don't, I think they start practice somewhere around August 15th, or maybe even earlier than they do, so they don't get a lot of time in before the first game.
Loss of about 2 on that one for the Spartans.
That was first back through, and CK was on top of that one.
Yeah, gets the Spartans a yard or two beyond the original line of scrimmage.
Cole Carlson bringing him, one of the guys bringing him down.
37-yard line, and they'll bring up third down and about 8 or 9 to go. Yeah, this could be a big one for our Bainbridge if they could get another first down and keep the ball moving.
Just using up some clock right now has been important for them.
And the pass is completed, but not far enough for a first down. To me, that's one thing when you've got a third down and long, the receiver has to know where that first down yardage is.
Those guys with the yellow chain thingies, they're pretty obvious. So I have to agree with you on that, Doc.
So that's going to bring up fourth down and 3 or 4 yards to go. The ball at about the 31, and Bainbridge is going to go for it. And I think that's probably a good idea.
I do too. This is a chance to practice one of these plays that you have set in motion, and their punting game has not been overly successful.
Straight drop back.
Oh, wow.
And once again, a mass of black and orange takes Connor Teddy to the turf.
Did you count? Were there were...
I thought there were 5.
Oh, whoa.
At least.
Just painful. I don't know if it was one of those where, okay, kind of fake your block and everybody go out, because that's what I played at my backyard. In fact, I remember seeing that at the flag football game that we covered, but wow, not a block in place.
Well, that's going to be a turnover in favor of the Cougars at the 7-minute mark and number 2, and they'll start out at their own 37-yard line. Oh, a nice breakaway by Central Kitsap, and they could run the field once again. Yes, indeed, into the end zone, another Cougar, and is it Batista?
No, that one's Vaughn Beebe.
Oh,
that was
Beebe,
number
okay.
35. Vaughn, also a junior, 5'10". Remember we talked about some speed. There it was.
Yes, indeed, and another, about 60-yarder, 65-yarder?
Yeah, they were about the 45, so somewhere in that area.
6 more points on the board for the Cougars. Make it 7. 35 points here, and we still have 6:50 left to go in the first half.
Well, Doc, pretty much every 4 to 5 minutes, the CK team has been scoring, which is just phenomenal. These guys are doing an incredible job, which means that I don't think Bainbridge has had it for over maybe the longest time, 3 to 4 minutes.
And Bainbridge has only really made a couple of forays into Central Kitsap territory.
Correct. So it's kind of tough to keep anybody at bay when you can't even get into their area.
And as you said, it's preseason. That's what preseason is for, is to get some real hitting out there and figure out what you need to do.
One of the things I saw on the Bainbridge website is that these guys went to a football camp at Central Washington. It's kind of a set up by who can make it, who can afford it, those kind of things. But those are the sort of things that all these guys are doing over the summer. They are working the weights. They are doing some endurance. They're running. They're trying to get in shape all summer.
Keffer with the kickoff, picked up inside the 10-yard line by Bainbridge, and Wilson's going to bring it out to about the 28, 29. We'll see where they end up placing it.
Had a nice head of steam on that. The thing that I'm noticing is that the CK players are tackling low, which is exactly what you want. That's how you bring someone down.
Spartans take over first
29-yard line is where Bainbridge will begin. First down. And this time it's a handoff to the outside back. And that's Wysong.
Just a sophomore, 5'9", 185.
He's about back to the line of scrimmage.
So already Coach Grimm seeing what he has in some of his younger players. 81 brings in that's Max Wickline, who's bringing in the play from the sideline over to Connor Teddy.
Okay. Second down for Bainbridge. This time only one back behind Teddy. Yeah, whistles blow.
Wonder if it was a time factor, because it did take a little while to come in.
Yep, that appears to be the call.
That's always a problem you have if you're running them in from the sideline. Or if, I've never liked the one where the quarterback runs to the side.
No. Loss of 5. Second down and now 15 yards for the Spartans to get a first. Short drop back by Teddy, and he did have a receiver that time. Kyle Jackson was there, but in and out of his hands, a little high.
Kyle Jackson listed at 6'1", and Connor believed him to be 6'5" today.
Third down now, and 15.
Now, one of the names that I saw was number 10, Casey Brink, and I'll have to look out and see if he's out there. He's just a junior, being a playmaker for this Bainbridge team.
Teddy's going to keep it. He's chased out of the pocket and gets a righteous hit there.
Got rid of the ball.
Yeah, did get rid of it. Now that'll bring up 4th and long, so once again, the Bainbridge Spartans are going to have to kick.
Now, I don't know how you can get it to anybody, let alone your playmaker, when you have that little time to get rid of it.
And Connor Teddy is the punter. So I suppose you could always have some form of trickery.
Yes, I remember when John Elway used to do quick kicks, but we're in the 4th down, so this is no major surprise.
And you're probably not going to do anything rash in your own backyard.
Well, and he had some really nice height on that. The thing that he's still got to work on is the direction. Those things are going out of bounds, this time at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, we've got about 5.5 minutes left to go here in the first half at Silverdale Stadium. And the Cougars on offense again, which of course will give Bainbridge an opportunity to stop them.
That is correct. And if we're on that basic 5-minute mark, in about 4 minutes, these guys should get into the end zone.
Unless Bainbridge stops them.
And they can't. We've not seen a whole lot of life there yet. Awesome learning experiences going on.
Schwederman going to the air. Oh, that was almost a pickoff for Bainbridge.
Really nice pressure that time. Plus his people the defense stayed where they needed to be.
Yeah, that'll bring up 2nd down for CK. And of course the incomplete pass stops the clock. 2nd down for the Cougars. There again, right across the middle. And unlike the pros, once you're down, you're down. You don't need to be touched by a defender.
And that was actually underthrown, but nice hands by the receiver.
Now third down, ball at the Bainbridge 41-yard line, and the Cougars have about 4.5, 5 to go. Now in the paper, Coach Keel called this a pistol as opposed to the shotgun.
And they claimed that last year they ran a mini pistol.
Nice job.
Ooh,
look at that.
those legs.
Great moves. Have finally ridden out of bounds as the Central Kitsap Cougar, and we have a yellow flag. That is BB.
Well, it's Ben Fisher who brought him down, number 23, and there was a little extracurricular there on the out of bounds. You could tell it, the frustration where he thought he should have had that tackle earlier.
And it'll go against Bainbridge. And we'll see what the mark-off is going to be.
And they'll accept the penalty.
It won't be good for Bainbridge.
No, not right now.
The runner was driven out of bounds at the 21-yard line, and the ball will be moved 10 yards down to the 11.
Vaughn
And
Beebe,
it'll be first down.
Beebe's listed at 5'10", 173, and you can tell he's been working on his legs with the power that he had.
First down for CK.
And he's just a junior.
There's the handoff to the running back, and he'll pick up a couple. Taking it inside the 10.
Using a variety of people out there.
John Bearfield on that run.
Second down for the Cougars.
He gives you a whole different look at 5'6", kind of, in 143. You got to find him first. I'd say be aware of your receivers on the outside here.
Ooh, Bainbridge did a nice job there of stopping the runner. And that time holding on and taking him down.
Yeah, I think that was an actual loss, which is quite good.
It's going to bring up third down. Now the Cougars can get a first down without putting it in the end zone. Got to get inside their 2-yard line.
Got about 3:14 left here in the second quarter. Getting real close to halftime.
There's a little different look for CK. 2 backs there with Schwederman.
First back through is tackled.
I think that was Bearfield again.
Nice stiffening here by Bainbridge.
Fourth down. You've got about maybe 4 yards, 3 yards to go for a first, about 5 to go for the touchdown, and it looks like we're going to try a field goal.
Look, it's Brent's favorite play.
Field goal attempt coming up for Kevin White. Ball is down, and it's through the uprights. Barely made it over the crossbar, but it's worth another 3 for the Central Kitsap Cougars.
That was almost a let court on that one. As it,
Yeah.
I think it was going to hit the top of the bar and go over. Can you tell I've been watching a little bit of tennis lately?
Waiting to hear the tweet from the
Yes, exactly.
the let net call.
First serve again.
Well, 2:16 left to go in this first half, and Central Kitsap adds another 3, 38-0. But the good news for Spartans fans, the Spartans held them from getting the TD.
They really
when
did.
CK was down pretty deep in Spartan territory.
They diagnosed where the runs were going. They were right there, stopping them quickly, not letting any strange plays happen. So that's a nice positive. Something you can take into the locker room, hopefully, and build from.
It'll be interesting to see if Coach Keel brings a bunch of new guys out to start that second or play most of the second half, or if he's going to keep the first team in.
Exactly.
Get some work.
Ooh, what spin on this ball. No, thank you.
Picked up at about the 16-yard line by the Spartans' number 3. He's fighting for it, Kyle Jackson. He's going to go down at about looks like the 26-yard line. So he'll pick up a few yards on that run back. And once again, Bainbridge starting out in their own territory.
Pretty much all night they've been right around their own 20, so
yes,
really tough to build from there.
Ball on the 27 is where it ends up being placed. Uh-oh! Now, whose fault was that?
I think that's going to be on the defense this time.
Okay,
We'll see. Encroachment is my guess.
Yep, offsides against Central. So, Spartans get a free 5. And like you said, anything positive at this point will be a good talking point in the locker room at halftime. First back through, and he'll fight his way for a yard or two.
Niafaida with the one of them in on the tackle.
Channing Martin leading the Cougar tacklers. Second down for the Spartans at the Spartan 35.
This point, Spartans looking to just keep moving forward, not giving that ball back.
1.5 left to go in the first half. Uh-oh. This time.
There are fingers being pointed.
Yeah,
have you
right.
noticed, Doc?
Yep, I did not see encroachment in the neutral zone. Yep, false start. So the 5 they got is given back. The other thing that'll be interesting to see in that second half is conditioning.
True.
It's a relatively warm, not real humid tonight, but relatively warm evening. First real action of the season, so we'll see who's got some conditioning going. Second down for Bainbridge.
Nice fake.
Teddy's got it. Oh, and Teddy slipped down, unfortunately. He had room, but once again, the receivers were all covered pretty well.
Yeah, that's called a secondary sack.
Third down now, and a big 15, 16 yards to go now for Bainbridge. 37 seconds. Maybe. The one Bainbridge receiver had to remember where the line of scrimmage was.
It had changed. That's correct. That's what those side judges are for.
Hand off, and Wilson is going to be stopped after a few-yard gain, and once again, some nice D by CK.
Connor Carlson leading the charge.
Well, it's going to bring up. It would bring up fourth down, except the clock continues to tick, and we have finished the first half of the first game of the 2013 high school season here at Silverdale Stadium, and the hometown Central Kitsap Cougars lead the Bainbridge Island Spartans 38-0. Well, we want to thank the kitsapsun.com/football and Peninsula Subaru for making this live stream available to not only our community, the entire world on kitsapsun.com/football. Spencer Anderson's on the camera for you. Kitty Campagna on the one microphone, and I'm the Dr. Doc Parr. We will have that second half for you coming up soon. Welcome back to the second half of action here at Silverdale Stadium as the Central Kitsap Cougars host the Bainbridge Island Spartans in the first game of the 2013 high school football season. And at the beginning of this third quarter, the Central Kitsap Cougars with a 38-0 lead over the Bainbridge Island Spartans. So we want to thank the kitsapsun.com/football for streaming this live over the internet and Peninsula Subaru for their support of local high school sports. I'm the Dr. Doc Parr, Kitty Campagna on the other microphone from West Sound TV, and Spencer Anderson doing the camera for you tonight. And boy, Kitty, Central Kitsap played a pretty good first half.
Pretty good. Yeah, that would be one way to put it. Their defense has thrown a shutout. Their offense has 7 touchdowns and a field goal. And these guys are just playing extremely well right now.
And guess what? Central will get the ball to start the second half here. Short kick, and it's going to be down at about the 36-yard line. I didn't see the fair catch signal.
I did. That was Jack
okay.
Ryan with that.
Okay. Well, he went down to the knee, so it was dead.
That as well. So he's a senior, 6 foot, 175.
And it looks like starting quarterback Andrew Schwederman is going to start the third quarter for the Cougars.
Oh, he's probably like Peyton Manning. He won't take off his helmet. Coach, put me in. Put me in, Coach.
And he wants to go to the air. Bainbridge, though, this time has got a hold of him and taken him down. And big number 72, Ryan Comstock, 6 foot senior.
Well,
one of the guys in on that.
What is one of the first negative plays for CK is one of the first positive plays here for Bainbridge Island starting off this second half.
Well, that's going to be a loss of good 10, 12 yards on that easily. Back to the 25-yard line, second down, and 21 to go for the first.
So, Doc, I've been battling some itises this week and on some antibiotics. So this is like my longest amount of time out of bed, I think, which is but I promise that I am not contagious over the airwaves.
Well, that's good to hear. I didn't bring my antiseptic spray for that.
to protect yourself from me, exactly.
I just got to remember which headset to not
Don't use that one again.
Here, but Brent, would you like to use? Okay, well, little bit of a pickup on that, but a yellow hanky down there on the ground. And let's see what the head man, Steve Green, has to say.
Saw rumors of holding in it, and they are going to decline it.
Yep, it is a hold against CK, and Bainbridge will decline it, which should bring a third down. Well,
my reasoning for bringing up my illness is not just for the world to feel sorry for me, but it's amazing that high school football, the excitement, you know, the band, the people. You said it's packed down there, and it is. It just gets you out. It makes you happy.
Great crowd tonight from Central Kitsap, and another flag, and we'll see. I think the man in motion may have been a little offsides, but we'll see. No, they're going to go against Bainbridge. It's going to be an offsides call.
Interesting. I saw them shift, but I did not necessarily see them cross. They must have gotten into the neutral zone.
So that'll pick up a few more yards for CK. It's still going to be third down and about 13 to go for the first. Two receivers split to either side, and the back in motion. Schwederman with the quick pass to the receiver coming across the middle. There's a missed tackle and a first down for Central Kitsap. Well, Bainbridge had him for a moment, but they could not complete that tackle.
That was exactly it. It was a well-designed play coming across the middle. That seam is always fun, but like you said, there was a Bainbridge Spartan there who should have gotten him down.
So CK moves out to their 49-yard line, first down. Hand off to the back. He'll go over that left side there and pick up a couple.
I thought he had more than that originally, but this time very nice tackling by number 54, Jarrett Grimm.
And they're going to put it at the Bainbridge 48. That's a pickup of about 3, 4. Second down coming up. Hand off again to the running back. Whistles blow.
You know, I was going to say there hadn't been too many penalties for a very first game, but that seems to be changing a bit here in the second half.
And it's going to be a false start.
Illegal procedure against the Cougars.
Procedure call.
Second down for the
That of the illegal type, exactly.
That'll drop him back. And second down and back to about 13. Quick pass across the middle and a reception, a broken tackle once again, and Central Kitsap is going to put some more points on the board.
That would be Brian Andrews, who is a man among these boys. He just willed himself out of those tackles. He's so strong, 6'4", 225, working to put another 20 pounds on his frame.
Oh boy.
They say he eats 6 times a day.
Uh-oh.
His parents have taken out a second mortgage.
Well, there's another 6, and Central will have a chance to add another PAT here. But yeah, that one is through the uprights. Another 7 on the board for the Central Kitsap Cougars, 45-0 at the 9:08 mark here in quarter number 3.
So Doc, with that 45-0, we are now moving to a running clock. When one team is ahead of another team by 40 points in high school football, they move to a running clock and continue it till the end of the game. For instance, if they get within 40, if Bainbridge is able to score and get within 40, it doesn't suddenly start going back the other way. It just will be a continued running clock, which according to what my booth people told me at halftime, that they will only stop the clock for timeouts, injuries, and scores. And the way to know is if you're at a game, just watch the referees. They actually are the ones who are going to let people know if there's a stoppage in time.
And it was a score, so there was a stoppage.
That's correct.
9:08, and CK gets ready to kick off.
So if our second half seems a little shorter than our first, it's because we're on running clock.
Kevin White doing the kicking for CK. Kevin's only a sophomore.
Kevin's been busy tonight.
Oh, that's a nice kick. But whistles blow, and looks like they're going to do it again. And I did not see a yellow flag.
illegal procedure against the Cougars.
It's going to be an illegal procedure against the Cougars.
There's a penalty signal, and there's the mark off. So this time, White will be kicking from his 35-yard line.
And, you know, we haven't really mentioned wind, but if you look at the flag, it seems to be, there's a fair amount of wind blowing in his face right now.
Coming from the south. No, that's another good kick.
Plus, he gets such a cool spin on it.
Kevin White. Bainbridge picks it up. They'll bring it back out to about the 27, 28-yard line, which actually they've had quite a few starts in their own 27, 28 so far tonight.
See if they have a lot of their starters or what they're trying out there now, too.
Now Connor Teddy is out there, the starting QB for the Spartans. And it looks like a similar formation that we have seen from Bainbridge most of the night.
Wilson gets the ball.
Well, he'll pick up a few positive yards for Bainbridge.
I like the way he was trying to get a couple extra with the arm out there. They say Nia Fajita in on the tackle.
Gave him about 3 yards on that one. 2nd down and 7 for the Spartans.
Calling all the same names right now. Still a lot of the starters out there.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Wilson's working his way out there.
Notice those have seemed to be cleaner handoffs, Doc. That's part of it.
No, that's a big part of it. They were having problems with that in the first half, and it's going to be a 1st down. They'll move the chains. Bainbridge gets out to their own 40. First down for Bainbridge Island. There's the handoff to the back coming around this near side. He's not going to get too much out of that one. Another nice job of defense there by Central Kitsap.
CK cheerleaders asking for some action and spelling it out. Well, the action they're seeing is still some good defense by these Cougars.
Andrew Kane leading the Cougar tacklers.
Second down now and about 8 yards to go for Bainbridge for a first. They got to get it just beyond the 50-yard line. Oh, they're looking.
Yeah, it's a little sneak there on the left-hand side.
Oh, Wilson will pick up. He's picking up a little more yardage, and I think absolutely right, Kitty. I think it's because the handoffs are a little crisper.
They are. As quick as those CK linebackers are getting in there, you have to get that done right.
3rd down now, and about 5 yards to go for the first. Ball at the Bainbridge 45 for them. Connor Teddy is a senior. Oh!
I wasn't sure who had that, and it was Connor who still had it when he was pushed over.
Man, they're blowing the Central Kitsap line is blowing some holes in that offensive line for Bainbridge there. The CK linebackers are taking big advantage of that.
Oh, they've noticed some size differentials, and definitely they are doing something with it.
Well, that puts them back to the original line of scrimmage, 4th down, and Bainbridge will have to kick away.
Justin Green. Hey, tell Tyler to go to right tackle himself, Connor Carlson.
High punt.
If he can get the right,
And this time it's going to stay. Well, eventually it will go out of bounds, but it did bounce.
It gave a little bit of a
inbounds
Bainbridge
before
bounce.
going to the left.
and those are the dangerous types of punts, as you could hear the coaches up here yelling, "Get away, get away!"
Yeah, exactly. That's why that ball is not round. You never know how it's going to bounce. All right, Central Kitsap's going to take over at their own 37-yard line.
Oh, look who's in, Riley Pascal, the senior at quarterback.
So Coach Keel is going to try some different people.
New quarterback, new running back. Riley Pascal and
One receiver split to this near side, two to the far side, and Riley puts him in motion. That's who gets the ball, number 6.
Bainbridge strings it out nicely. I thought he was going to be able to catch that corner and go.
Anthony Cologne.
And Paul says that's Anthony Cologne.
I trust Paul,
we
number
don't have
8.
a 6. Was it at the 8 or?
I didn't see his number.
Okay. 6s and 8s tend to look a little similar when you're a couple hundred yards away.
Well, Paul's smart enough to bring his binoculars. You'd think
I
we'd
was
be
going
by
to bring
now.
mine too. I forgot them today. Okay, second down. Pick up of about 3 yards on that one. 2nd and 7 for CK. Whoa, still on his feet. And Bainbridge, they were lucky they were able to string that one out because once again it was almost going to be a breakaway.
Who's 27?
And that was number 27, who none of us have on our rosters. So
Third down for the Cougars.
That'll bring up 3rd down, about 4 yards to go for the first. Straight quick drop back and open. There was an open receiver and he had his hands on the ball. That's Jack Ryan.
Pass intended for Jack.
yeah, Jack had to come back for that one-hand attempt. One of the few things that didn't work for CK tonight.
And another stop for the Bainbridge defense.
Exactly.
4th down and Central Kitsap will have to punt away.
Looks as if Kevin White has those duties as well.
And Central Kitsap's going to call a timeout. We heard that one up here from
We
the
did.
coach.
Prior knowledge up here.
I think they had one too few players out there.
You prefer to have the suggested amount of 11 out there to match up with the people on the other team. And we've seen a couple times where CK's had to call some timeouts, but what intelligent plays those have been. You know, these kids this is new in the season, so let's make sure we have it right. Why get a penalty when we don't need to? Now you will notice that, yes, the running clock has stopped. There's 1:28 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Timeout.
Correct. And it will stop as well at the quarter.
4th down and Central Kitsap gets back in punting position. There's a pretty good punt. And Bainbridge says let it go, and this time it goes in favor of Central Kitsap. Almost all the way. Well, they are going to place it at the Bainbridge 15-yard line. For the most part, Bainbridge has had a long ways to go.
I know, they've not had a good starting position yet. And the way you get that are things like turnovers, and we haven't seen a lot of that. But just...
Actually, neither team really has had
Correct.
many turnovers. And as you said, relatively for many games we've seen, foul-free. First down for the Spartans. Hand off to the running back. That's Wilson. He'll pick up a few. Taylor's a senior, 5'11", 185.
About 20 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Of course, you never know for sure if his weights and heights are exactly correct.
We have one of the kids' dads, and he's like, oh, he's 6'2"? I didn't know that. Yeah. They're close.
Second down and about 5. That was a pretty good pickup, actually, by Wilson. Oh, and Teddy gets it out, and he had a couple of receivers that had beat the defenders. Couldn't quite get the ball to the connection, though, and he was going for Kyle Jackson.
Well, part of the problem was that was the end of that third quarter, so they had to, it confused them with the little noise in the background.
Well, at the end of 3 here at Silverdale Stadium, 45 for the Cougars and 0 for the Bainbridge Spartans. Here we go. It's the final quarter of game number 1 in the 2013 high school football season. And the Central Kitsap Cougars leading the Bainbridge Island Spartans 45-0. I'm the Dr. Doc Parr, Kitty Campagna on the other microphone, and Spencer Anderson on the camera. Coming live over the internet to you thanks to the KitsapSun.com and Peninsula Subaru. And we've got a Yellow Hanky to start out the fourth quarter.
That's always a great way to start your fourth quarter.
Well, and it's going to go against Central Kitsap, so that'll give 5 to Bainbridge.
Yeah, that gives him a first
going to give him enough for the first down. Out to the 25-yard line, and that's where Bainbridge will have a first down. Connor Teddy with the handoff.
Well, you know, Doc, we give head coaches, we're always talking about them, but they are nothing without their assistants. Andy Grimm has Al Abuan, Sean Eaton, Dino Perlotti, Mike Rowe, and Rick Wood listed as his assistants. And I believe half of Silverdale are assisting. Some not listed, but we have Mark Keel as your head coach, Eric Schwede, Justin Bryan, Hugh McInnes, Lyle Prowse, Jared Terrible, Brian Sodi, and Chris Fields as assistant coaches for CK.
And a positive run that time for the Bainbridge Island Spartans as they pick up another first down.
Jack Ryan on the stop for the Cougars.
Well,
Ryan finally stopped him.
some sense of urgency, obviously. These Spartans want to get on the scoreboard.
Ball out to the 36-yard line of Bainbridge.
CK tried to make some adjustments there. And Spartans up to the line.
Yeah, and Teddy's still got it. He's looking to the air. He's got a wide open receiver. Who's got it? Oh, are they going to call it? I think he was dead. I think it's a catch. Yes, indeed. They're going to bring it. Oh, no. Incomplete.
Ooh, I thought he had that.
I thought he did too.
Kelsey Deer, very lucky right there. He stopped to try to make the interception and needed to continue on with his receiver.
That was Max Wickline who almost had that one in CK territory. Yeah, bring up second down now for Bainbridge.
Kind of fun to see them try a long pass.
Teddy behind center. And again, a little bit of running room for the Spartans over on that far side.
Wilson finally getting his feet under him, doing a nice job.
Yeah, he picked up about 8 on that one. Third down and a couple for Bainbridge to keep the drive alive.
There he goes.
And he's into Central Kitsap territory. First down and more, and it's number 20, Taylor Wilson.
Listed at 5'11", 185.
Another senior.
Starting to find some holes out there.
Yeah, we do have the clock stopped because of an injury.
Exactly.
And is that Taylor? It's a Bainbridge player.
And you talked about conditioning, Doc. It depends upon, this is kind of where you hope it's a cramp as opposed to something worse.
Yeah, and I can't see the number.
I can't either.
But it is where Taylor went down. .8:47 left to go in the ball game here at Silverdale Stadium.
So, Doc, I have some halftime scores that Spencer was able to find on tweets for me. Bremerton was leading 30-6 over Foster, Caldwell having scored 3 times. North Kitsap trailed Archbishop Murphy 6-7, and Archbishop Murphy is number 2 in the state.
Oh,
Squalicum was leading Kingston 28-21, and as expected, WF West had a 34-0 lead over Port Angeles.
Well, we're back underway. First down for the Spartans. Straight drop back. Oh, they had a chance to get him. They had a chance to get the interception for CK. Yeah.
That would be Bryce Dennis, who is, if you can see him, I know he's beating himself right now, almost had that interception.
Yeah, they almost had the quarterback dropped in the backfield, too.
There were a lot of almosts in that particular one.
Nice effort, and actually Connor was lucky to get back, get the incomplete pass to have 2nd and 10. Oh, look at that.
Oh, he's still got it. Connor Teddy on the outside. Nice job.
That was a good fake, too. A lot of the defenders for CK went to that running back.
They did. I thought you might have as well, Doc. Could I be right? But very nicely done.
There's a post between.
Oh, that must be it. It's the post, Doc. Or the window that needs cleaned. Exactly. They never get me on the fake.
Spartans down to the Cougar 24-yard line. First down.
Teddy's keeping it again.
Oh, no, he's going to the air. He's got a receiver. And once again, they could not connect, but he was open.
Nice play. I like the way that he went a little bit forward.
We really didn't see much of that in the first half.
No, but again, we're seeing better handoffs, not such a bunched group back there.
2nd down and 10 for Bainbridge.
It certainly had faked out the secondary. They were pretty convinced he was going to run again.
You got to establish the run to make the passing game work. Unless it's Canadian football.
Then you just got to find the right field.
This time it's a handoff to Kyle Jackson over that far side.
Yeah, I watched that block in the back happen. I won't tell you what number did it because that's not supposed to in high school, but it was unnecessary at that point.
Yeah, Kyle had already gone around the corner. Yeah, they're going to call it a hold. That was a nice job of running, though, that time. Again, they're finding a little bit of success once they start breaking things up a little bit.
They're spreading it out a little bit more.
Yes, that's it. And Coach Grimm and the staff, I think, will probably take that home and see what they can work on.
Exactly. And they aren't having as much time right now since we're down to 6:06 here in the fourth.
As we mentioned earlier, their Bainbridge Island's next game will be at home against the Kingston Buccaneers.
And there's hardly a rivalry there, so yeah.
And Kingston is predicted to do pretty good this year in the Olympic League.
Well, Kingston always seems to pull it together. They fun to watch. Last year they had a lot of some disciplinary problems and changes and things, and they'll just keep working.
Across the middle and picking up some decent yardage on that one.
Back to the original line of scrimmage, basically.
Well, the Cougars are going to the Claw next week, playing the Enum Claw Hornets.
Going to the Claw.
Yep.
I've heard of the Clink and the...
It's the Claw. Over there on the road to Mount Rainier and Crystal. Third down now and 10 for Bainbridge.
Blitz.
Straight drop back. And there's an open receiver. And they've on the board. And it's Kyle Jackson.
Way to hang in there, Connor Teddy.
Yeah.
He had 4 or 5 Cougars in his face.
Both directions, too,
Yes.
coming from both sides. And that's where that 6'3" helps.
Yes, he is a big kid. You really like that in a quarterback where they can see over their line and see over the defenders.
And, you know, we've seen Kyle 2 or 3 times open and just not quite get their pass to him or beyond him. So Kyle Jackson with the TD from Connor Teddy at the 5:09 mark, and number 4 puts the Spartans on the board. They're going for 2.
Ooh.
And ball is loose.
It is dead,
That's
I
it.
guess.
Yep, it is.
Okay.
It's a dead ball. But 6 points on the board for the Spartans. And I'm sure that's going to be, that whole series was pretty positive for Bainbridge.
Exactly, and you know, it just somehow makes the bus ride home a little bit easier when you don't have a bagel up on the scoreboard.
5 minutes left to go in the ball game. And Bainbridge on the board.
Gotta like that. You really do. That they didn't give up. They came out and ran their offense, and they ran it better. I realize that there may be some changes in the defensive personnel, but you could just see a little bit better rhythm in that offense.
Well, and again, it's a good opportunity to get a lot of players some real-world experience. They haven't put the pads on and hit an opponent yet this season.
That's true.
They've had I'm sure their practice scrimmages with each other, but this is a chance to stick a few guys.
Yeah, you're not really allowed to hurt your own teammates too much.
They had a good article in the Sun's football section about all the emphasis that's going on to safety now for not just high school level, but of course high school very important. And I think that's great. I think that's something that's long overdue. And we all remember the pictures of those guys playing in the 40s and 50s and 30s with those leather helmets.
Yeah, they have been very concussion conscious for years now. And even in my Pee-wee basketball, we had things where if one of my boys, they had thought they had a concussion, I had to have doctor's notes to let them play again.
And it was also good to see Ed Fisher's name, former head coach for South Kitsap, one of the great runs of South Kitsap football that culminated in a state championship with Willie Bloomquist as quarterback. And Ed's now working with a company that certifies helmets for safety.
What a great guy to do it. You know, he has so much experience with the sport. He can give you a real life situation that's going to work with it.
First down for the Cougars. Ball on their 30-yard line. Coming around to this near side, and broke 2 tackles, 3 tackles, and finally driven out of bounds. Number 27.
And we've not gotten a name for him. He's going to be orange-shoed number 27. We'll just go with that this evening. We did just get it. It was DeAndre Sincere, the freshman.
Yeah, we're up here waiting this. Paul Stinson figured it out, got it.
That's right. They've added freshmen this year. They obviously still are playing junior high football as far as I know, and the CK district is allowing freshmen to play up at the high school this year in all sports.
First down for CK. Coming around this near side for a couple of yard gain. And this time it's 17, Jack Ryan, senior.
I believe, if I remember correctly, the name DeAndre Sincere, he was one of the Jaguars, the Bremerton track team. And I think he has a national title in his age group on like the 200 meters.
5'5", 145.
And fast. We'll put it that way.
Second down, about 9 yards to go for CK. Hand off right up through the middle, and going to be a loss of yardage on that one for DeAndre.
Well, let's make sure to remind people about next week's game. We talked about it a little bit. It is going to be Newport at South Kitsap. It will be the South Kitsap High School production group that is actually going to be putting that all together. They've invited Doc and I to be their announcers for this particular event, which is always fun for us because a little less work and a whole lot of fun. And have you seen who's at South Kitsap right now? The Prince of North Kitsap is the quarterback's coach. Jared Prince has changed allegiance for a little bit of money.
Wow.
So I'm looking forward to that. He will be coaching this coach's son, Eric Canton's son.
And Jared had some good years up in North as quarterback, but he went for the college scholarship on baseball.
Good move. He's finally outside of the pro baseball leagues. As soon as they cut him this year, he immediately was working on some master's degrees and getting all that he needed to go on in life.
Well, good for him. And up in the air, Pascal's pass is overthrown.
Number 12 for Bainbridge doing a nice job keeping up with everybody, Jeremy Greer.
And another stop for the Bainbridge defense.
Minute 2 remaining in the contest.
And CK will have to punt away on fourth down. Well, that one's a little low.
But it got some good spin.
Sure did. Had a quick drop there of number 3. That's Jackson taken down.
Tiny Sean Barefield's the one who brought him down.
5'6", 143.
Yeah. I think he's the one I bought my Kitsap Cougar card from.
Yeah, looks like this is going to do it for game number 1 in the 2013 high school football season, and the Central Kitsap Cougars come away with a 45-6 victory over the Bainbridge Island Spartans.
Boy, Doc, that running clock does move your second half along, but nice effort by both of these groups. Central Kitsap's got to be really happy with a lot of the stuff that they saw, especially in the first half, plus an opportunity to bring in a couple new guys here and there. Bainbridge saw some nice improvement in the second half. Always something that they're looking to play against some of the bigger teams and just get their guys in shape for when they hit the 3-8 Metro.
Well, we want to thank the kitsapsun.com/football for bringing it live to our community and worldwide on the internet. Spencer Anderson's been on the camera for you tonight. Kitty Campagna on one microphone. I'm the Dr. Doc Parr. And we will have another live game of the week next Friday, Friday Night Lights. So stay tuned. We will see you soon.